In the harrowing landscape of school shootings, a chilling subset emerges: perpetrators who exhibit a disturbing lack of remorse as they face justice in court. These individuals, often branded as savage, stand as stark reminders of the profound impact of their heinous actions on communities and families. Despite the gravity of their crimes, their demeanor in the courtroom reflects an unsettling disregard for the lives they've forever altered. T.J. Lane, a 17-year-old, unleashed terror at Chardon High School in Ohio on February 27, 2012, when he opened fire in the cafeteria, claiming 3 lives and injuring several others. Lane's lack of remorse was evident from the beginning, as he appeared in court wearing a white t-shirt with the word killer scrawled across it, mirroring what he wore on the day of the shooting. His callous demeanor only worsened when he made a chilling statement in court, triggering outrage nationwide. As the victims' parents confronted Lane in court, expressing their grief and anger, Lane's disrespectful behavior continued, with reports of him laughing as they recounted the devastation caused by his actions. Despite the heart-wrenching impact statements, Lane received 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole for his heinous crimes. However, his story took a shocking turn in 2014 when he and 2 other inmates escaped from prison, sparking a statewide manhunt and raising concerns about public safety. Lane's daring escape, along with the captured moments of him fleeing from prison, added another layer of fear and urgency to the situation. With nothing to lose, Lane and his fellow escapee posed a significant threat to the community, prompting authorities to swiftly mobilize resources to locate and apprehend them. Fortunately, Lane was recaptured the following day and transferred to a maximum security prison, where he continues to serve his sentences. On February 14, 2018, a horrifying tragedy unfolded at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School when 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz unleashed a deadly attack, resulting in the loss of 17 lives and injuring 17 others. Cruz's rampage, fueled by a disturbing online post, shocked the nation and became the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history. During Cruz's trial, his defense team argued that he was a victim of mental health and developmental issues due to his birth mother's substance abuse during pregnancy. However, Cruz's demeanor in court, including disrespectful gestures and laughter, only added to the anguish of the victims' families and underscored the gravity of his crimes. Before Cruz received his sentencing of 34 consecutive life sentences without parole, family members of the victims had the opportunity to confront him directly, expressing their grief, anger, and devastation. Despite their heartbreaking pleas for justice, Cruz remained emotionless, showing no remorse for his actions. In contrast, 19-year-old Timothy Simpkins, facing charges for attempted murder after a violent altercation at Timberview High School, expressed remorse and apologized for his actions in court. Simpkins's legal team argued that he acted in self-defense after being bullied and attacked by other students, but the evidence presented during the trial painted a different picture, revealing the gravity of his actions. The cases of Cruz and Simpkins shed light on the complexities of addressing school violence and the importance of addressing underlying issues such as mental health and bullying. While Cruz received a harsh sentence for his heinous crimes, Simpkins's case serves as a reminder of the need for compassion, understanding, and proactive measures to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future. When Timothy Simpkins, a regular 15-year-old teenager, faced trial, the prosecuting team argued that he showed no remorse for his actions, especially considering his involvement in drug offenses while awaiting trial. Despite this, Simpkins apologized during the trial, acknowledging that what he did was wrong. However, the teacher he shot expressed appreciation for the apology, but wasn't ready to forgive him yet. The jury deliberated for 5 hours before finding Simpkins guilty of attempted capital murder, resulting in a sentence of 12 years in prison and a $6,000 fine. On the other hand, not all school shooters receive such relatively lenient sentences. Take the case of Demetrios Portis, a 17-year-old responsible for a tragic school shooting at Santa Fe High School in Texas in 2018. Portis, armed with a shotgun and a revolver obtained from his father's closet, carried out the attack, resulting in the loss of 10 lives and injuring 13 others. He even made jokes and references while carrying out the shooting, displaying a disturbing lack of remorse. Despite surrendering to the police after the shooting, Portis confessed that he intended to take his own life but lacked the courage to do so. He also claimed to spare certain students, intending for them to share his story. Portis alleged that he was a victim of bullying at the school, a claim contested by the school but supported by his own father, who described him as a victim rather than a criminal. Portis was charged with capital murder and aggravated assault against a public servant, leading to his detention without bond. However, even after 5 years since the shooting, Portis has yet to go to trial or take responsibility for his actions. If convicted, he could face life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 40 years. In summary, while some school shooters may express remorse for their actions, others like Portis exhibit a disturbing lack of accountability and continue to evade justice. These cases underscore the importance of addressing mental health issues, bullying, and access to firearms to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future. On May 14, 2022, 18-year-old Peyton S. Gendron committed a tragic mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, claiming the lives of 10 people, all of whom were black. What's even more distressing is that Gendron live-streamed part of the attack for viewers to watch. Despite being apprehended at the scene, police found a 180-page manifesto at his home outlining his hateful plans. During his trial, Gendron remained emotionless as his victims expressed the profound impact of his actions on their lives. Facing 10 counts of committing hate crimes resulting in death and other charges, Gendron displayed a lack of remorse in court. Some victims' families expressed forgiveness, but for others, words couldn't heal the wounds. One father lunged at Gendron in court, highlighting the intensity of the emotions involved. Initially pleading not guilty, Gendron later changed his plea to guilty, admitting to all state charges, including murder, domestic terrorism, and hate crimes. When it came time for sentencing, the judge didn't mince words, condemning Gendron's hateful ideologies and ensuring he'd never see the light of day as a free man again. Gendron received 11 consecutive life terms, without the possibility of parole, a harsh but necessary consequence for his heinous actions. But just when it seemed like justice had been served, we're reminded of another tragic school shooting. On March 5, 2001, 15-year-old Andy Williams brought terror to Santana High School in Santee, California, killing 2 and injuring 13 others. Williams had endured bullying and harassment from classmates, seeking help from a school counselor, only to be turned away. He carried out his attack from the boys' bathroom, fatally shooting one student before indiscriminately firing at others. Williams, grappling with past abuse and the weight of his emotions, expressed remorse for his actions, acknowledging the potential harm he caused. His case serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences of untreated trauma and the importance of addressing mental health issues in our communities. Andy Williams, after dropping his weapon and surrendering in court, faced 2 counts of first-degree murder and 13 counts of attempted murder. His family, while acknowledging his wrongdoing, emphasized that he was generally a kind person who made a terrible choice. Eventually, Williams received a sentence of 50 years to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 5 decades. Although he showed no emotion or remorse during the sentencing, this was quite different from the case of mass shooter Anderson Lee Aldrich. Anderson Lee Aldrich, who faced charges for 5 murders in Colorado, exhibited a lack of remorse for his actions. In November 2022, he killed 5 people and injured 19 others with an AR-15 style rifle at Club Q nightclub, an LGBTQ establishment. Prior to this, in June 2021, Aldrich had a concerning encounter with police when he allegedly threatened his grandparents with a handgun and claimed to have a homemade bomb. After pleading guilty, Aldrich was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences.
The suspect was known to law enforcement, this Ring camera video showing them surrendering to police after an alleged bomb threat against their own mother. The case was dismissed and the suspect's records sealed after the family refused to press charges, enabling the suspect to legally purchase an AR-style rifle.
On April 20, 2018, in Ocala, Florida, 19-year-old Sky Bush carried out a school shooting at Forest High School. Rushing into the school with what appeared to be a guitar case, Sky entered a restroom and injured a 17-year-old junior named Evan by shooting through the stall door. Moments later, police found Sky in a classroom where he surrendered without resistance. Sky's admission revealed a troubled life marked by dysfunction and abuse, painting a picture of a young man deeply troubled. His actions shocked the community and sparked questions about the root causes of such violence in schools. With each school shooting, the impact reverberates through families, communities, and the nation as as a whole. As a result, he received a 30-year prison sentence with a requirement to serve 25 years before parole consideration. Additionally, he was handed an extra 30 years of probation and ordered to pay restitution. However, what truly shocked many were his remarks expressing a desire for a life behind bars where he believed he couldn't hurt anyone. The stories of these shooters serve as stark reminders of the need for greater awareness of mental health issues, improved support systems for troubled youth, and stricter gun control measures to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated, we'd be thrilled if you could hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to us. Thanks for your support.